Here's how AI can turn criticism into clarity and help you to speak your audience's language like a pro. Hi there, I am Dominic. I'm the founder of a community called LegendFiction, where we believe writing and fiction and storytelling really matters, and we want to have a ton of fun getting a lot more of our writing done. So sometimes the best way to improve your ideas is by testing them out on real people. And this is something that a lot of professionals do all the time. They share their ideas with others, they get feedback, and then they figure out what works and what doesn't. Now, people can sometimes tell you if your idea is clear and helpful or if it's just not very good. More often, they're not yelling at you and if they're not doing that, right, throwing ripe fruit and yelling at you, they're trying to spare your feelings and then say something that they hope is helpful. Like, oh, that's a cool novel, maybe you could do this, but they don't actually care. And sometimes they do. But honestly, that kind of feedback is never actually helpful, right? I mean, we all do it, don't judge. I've spent years writing ideas and posting them online and waiting to see what people thought, and in my head everything sounded really great. But until I get those comments and the feedback or the questions, I just don't know if my idea actually connected with anyone. And this can be a slow and sometimes hard way to learn. All right, we now have AI like chat in your phone, okay? And it can help speed up that whole process. You can now ask, for example, ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity, whatever, to help you figure out what people might say about your idea. What questions would they have? What problems might they see? What might confuse them, right? And so instead of spending hours searching online and reading comments or asking around, AI can then go and help you find that information really fast. Now, this doesn't mean that you should stop reading books, doing your own research, or talking to experts. Those things are really important. AI is a great tool that can help you understand your idea better and faster. It can help you see what your audience might care about, what your project is missing, or what parts you need to explain more clearly. You can straight up go to chat, right? Pull it up and go, hi chat, here is this thing I want to write. Could be a blog post, could be a thought piece, it could be a YouTube video you want to create, it could be a novel or a story idea, right? And you go, I want to write about this topic. Here's the topic, and then you go ahead and give it. This matters to me because this reason, and you sort of share your reasoning. Then you go. Research online, especially if it's got the online research thing where you can go to hit the internet and check things out. And I think most of the chats now can do this. Research online the top 10 objections that people have towards this topic, or the top 10 complaints that people have towards this topic, and look at, for example, look at Amazon reviews, look at Reddit threads, look at Quora, look at or any specific website that you know where people go to talk about and use your product or your message or something like that. What are the reviews? What do people say? What are their objections, right? Have AI start that process of research for you. Tell it to include the links, give them back the links. And usually it does that too. What are those objections? And then list them in here so that I can read them, right? Now chat is now going to study and work through what you give it. Here's your idea. How can I make it better? What are my biases? What am I thinking? What are all of my objections from my audience? And then often what I'll do is go, look at those objections. That's really interesting. Chat, help me craft a reply to each one of these objections for the novel that I want to write. How might, in your opinion, my novel help answer those objections? Or what are your recommendations to me to start answering those objections? Now, here is the valuable part about a lot of this. This is what marketing researchers do and branding researchers do. When you can pull what people say, straight up their words from testimonials and customer complaints, if you can use and grab those words and then write what you want to write to specifically speak to those ideas and use those words that they used, you're able to create a sense of connection to them so much more quickly than if you just try to write it on your own. Because now it's like in therapy, they might call it mirroring or something. When somebody complains to you, you're not listening to me, right? Or why the heck did you do this one specific thing? To show that person that you are listening to them, the good idea is to mirror back to them the last 3 words they said. It's like, why are you not listening to me? I'm not listening to you? It's like, no, you're not. I'm trying to say this thing, right? Half the time they won't even notice because they're trying to be heard. And so if you can show them that you are actively listening and here and present by straight up repeating the last 30 words that they gave you, you're going to help them feel like they're actually being heard and seen. Now, don't do it every single time because it can be annoying. But most times people won't even notice. What they're going to feel like is they're actually listening. Just repeat back those words. Well, you can do this kind of online. When people say stuff in the comments, you take like, I didn't like this product, or I didn't like this novel because it didn't do this, this, and this. And you can say, are you tired of novels that do this, this, and this? Here's what mine does. And then people go, whoa, and then they head on over, right? AI can help you go out and find that research, because how many websites are there? There are millions of websites. If you were to go down that research rabbit hole, it would take you forever. But you can have AI help do an initial pass, and then you can have it go and do another pass of research, and then maybe do another one until you get enough to where you're satisfied that you've got enough of a grasp on a topic or an idea to enrich your novel or your blog post or YouTube video so that you can actually go and write it. It's going to mean that you can use AI to help you come up with answers to a lot of these tough questions. You can practice how you might respond, and then you can write content that can then solve these problems that people have. This makes it way easier to improve your work a lot more quickly. So I'm going to give you last sort of little thought to wrap up. First, if this video is helpful at all, hit that like button, be a legend, and say hi in the comments. There are hundreds of authors out there who'd probably love a video like this, and if you help me, we can reach them and inspire them with this too. Using AI means you can learn faster, you can make fewer mistakes, and you can avoid wasting time on an idea that was never going to work anyway. Honestly, that is a huge deal. Saving time and energy and effort is priceless when you're trying to build something new. And if you want to create things that people care about and love, you need to understand them first on their own terms in the words that they use. AI can help you do that better and a lot faster than before. How much free time do you have? Not a lot. I'll take all of the time I can get back by using a tool that helps eliminate a lot of that tedium. Okay, next video we're going to get into is how to finally find time to write, even if you're drowning in work, and how AI can help with that.